Okay, before we go out to the Jeep, let's prepare the bracket for mounting inside. So included with the kit, you'll get the 3D printed bracket, M8 by 30 millimeter bolts, two 4 M4 by 10 millimeter bolts, and 4 M4 nuts. All right, first thing to remember, this bracket is universal. It will go on the left side or the right side. If you're unsure, go out to your Jeep and see what side you want it on. The two larger holes will be towards the inside, and the plate will mount on top of this. Not included will be the First Alert mobile mounting bracket. Is actually called a residential bracket for some reason, but in the description it says that it's made for vehicles or marines or a boat use. Really sturdy, and of course the First Alert or 5-pound equivalent fire extinguisher. It's your choice. Before we mount this, let's make note that this clip needs to be towards the inside of the vehicle. So I'm going to mount mine on the left side. So I'm going to rotate this like so to where this clip is on the inside. So take your bracket, line up the holes, and let's start installing the nuts and hardware. Bolts and hardware, sorry. On the back side, so if you zoom in, you'll notice that there is already a hexagonal inlay for the nuts. So this is for when you tighten it up, it'll have something to grab into. And use a 5/64 Allen key, hex key, or the metric equivalent, and tighten it up. Like you see, I've already depressed the nut, and so it allows it to grab as I'm tightening it. All right, one done. Repeat the process for the other 4 holes. A little easier to do when you're not doing it on camera, but what isn't? All right, last one. Probably should have waited to tighten them all up because I've kind of skewed my holes, but no biggie. And as you tighten it, it will pull the nuts into the recessed holes a little bit more. They do protrude out a little bit, but like I said, the recess was only to help secure the nuts, not to hide them. Okay, so now I've got this bracket complete for the left side of the Jeep. Outside, you're going to need a 3/16 inch hex key and the 2 M8 by 30 hex bolts and your fire extinguisher. So let's go outside to the Jeep and get this installed. You know how everyone has cool names for their Jeep? Well, I almost had mine for a year and I had kind of given up on finding one. And then this past Christmas, my wife got me a sticker for a stocking stuffer. And I was like, oh, perfect. Danger zone. Okay, let's get this bracket installed. All right, in the back of your JL, you'll notice this panel right here. Normally this is where your soft top goes. Note, if you have a soft top, this isn't going to work. You need the hard top. Shout out to Texas and New Mexico. All right, so to remove this panel, simply pull the little pressure and it'll pop right out. It's held in by these two clips that go into these two holes. All right, let me get the camera mounted and we'll install the bracket. Okay, not the best angle and I hope the lighting works, but let's get this bracket installed. Take your two M8x30s, go ahead and pre-thread them into the holes a little bit. So you have some thread exposed on the other side. It will make lining it up easier. And then you have your 5/32 hex key. And installation is easy. Line it up with the holes and screw it in. There's a lot of excess thread, but I want to say I researched the factory screws. They were 30 millimeters long, so I mean there's a lot of excess thread. And the good thing about this being ABS plastic is that it won't cause any damage to your paint. Alright, nice and snug. Let's get the last one done. Nice and snug. Alright, and to install your fire extinguisher, just rest on there like so. And this is why it was important to have this clip to the inside so you can pull it down inwards. And there you have it, it's installed. And the same installation procedure will apply to the right hand side, just the bracket would have been flipped over. And don't forget to store your little cover piece here in case you ever want to take this off. I'm just going to toss it in my storage cubby. Thanks for watching. On the side note, I thought I was one of those guys that have found most of all the Easter eggs, but I'm studying for my general license for my ham portion, and I'm learning Morse code for fun, and I just noticed that this JL has Morse code, you know, da 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 right there for the JL. Who would have known?